This FeiyuTech pocket gimbal is often compared to the DJI Osmo gimbal. Basically the same design and such. This is quite a bit cheaper though. The real question, I guess, is are the features in this worth getting over the DJI to save about $50? And is one of these pocket gimbals worth getting in the first place? So rather than just talking about this, I'm just going to go ahead and show you all of the footage I've taken with this at different modes so you can see for yourself what the video actually looks like with this pocket gimbal. And then when that's all done, I'll give you some of my thoughts about this gimbal. This is 4K, 60 frames per second. Yeah. So this is kind of close to my face, further away. Again, 4K, 60 frames a second. Okay, this is 2.7K at 60 frames a second. See how it is? That's the end of 2.7K. And this is 1080p at 60 frames a second, so this is kind of what I would normally film at. If I get close to my face, not really in focus. If I hold it back here far enough, it frames me better, and I am more in focus. It feels kind of awkward, honestly. This is very relaxed on my arm. It's kind of like now I have to hold my arm up. But let's walk around a bit, check out the lighting. You know, I should probably be filming with a selfie stick. Probably what would make most sense is to film with the selfie stick, but I'll go get one later. Next up, we have slow-mo. So here's what I've noticed about this pocket gimbal. For one, the first thing I noticed is you really need to update the firmware on this. When I got this, it had the older firmware and it really was not great. It had problems focusing. And the thing I noticed the most about this is if I was actually recording, I couldn't change the mode. So like if I wanted to switch from like selfie mode and back to some other mode, and I was recording, it would not let you do that. I don't think I can switch it back. No, you can't switch it back while recording. So if you have this, or if you want to get this, just know that you'll need to use the phone app. You will need to download the firmware. Much better after you download the firmware. As far as image quality goes, I'm pretty happy with this. While it's not fantastic, it's not like DSLR image quality or mirrorless camera image quality, it's pretty comparable to what I would expect from most smartphones. Maybe not flagship smartphones, but most smartphones, it does as good a job as my smartphone does. But of course, this has the gimbal. It's so much easier to use. So the image quality is actually pretty good. Another thing I noticed about this is that the focus range is about maybe 1.5 to 2 feet. If you're up close and like your arm's really kind of comfortable up here, it's not going to be in focus. You have to hold your arm a little bit further away or use a selfie stick for it to be in focus. I have seen a lot of footage of the DJI Osmo, and it seems to suffer the same problem. It's just something you need to be aware of with a pocket gimbal like this, is you need to hold it far enough away that your face will be in focus. One thing I've been really happy about this pocket gimbal is I really like the mic quality. When I talk into it, I can hear everything just fine. You can hear me walking, like it picks up sounds. So like if you're at an event and you want to pick up the noise around you, it does pick up everything. If you're hoping that it will do noise cancellation and just isolate your voice, you're out of luck there, but it does have a really good mic on it, and I'm happy with the audio quality for the mic. Be careful though. If you rub it, you're gonna hear it. I would normally film. As far as using this goes, navigation's really simple. You just kind of can swipe. It's touchscreen. It takes just a few seconds to figure out, and it does come with a camera app. If you want to do things like following you around, it can track whatever object you set to it. That's a pretty cool feature, and that's worth using the app for just for that. So after having used this for a while, my final thoughts are basically, the image quality, it's not as great as the camera I normally use, but as far as convenience and portability, I don't think I've seen anything quite as nice as this. You can stick it in a purse, you can stick it in your car, you can stick it in your backpack. It doesn't take up any room. And if you want to use it, you just bust it out, you turn it on, boom, you're ready to go. It doesn't take setup like mounting your camera onto a gimbal or anything like that. It's really nice for things like that. So if you're going on a trip or vacation or sporting event, or just when you're around the house and you want to capture a moment, this is really nice for that. It's not going to be professional footage, but it really is nice for just capturing the moment, just always having around, getting shots you otherwise wouldn't get because it takes too long to bust out your camera and a gimbal. But yeah, I really like it. So tell me what your thoughts are. Write a comment below. Let me know if you have any questions about it. I'd be happy to answer any questions you might have.
Are you crawling now? Are you crawling now? Do you want to crawl to me, Gimbal? Oh, here you go. Come on.